I want to talk to you today about a question of gain and loss. You are the head of a furniture store. Because of the rising cost of logistics, the store decided no longer give the customer free distribution. Each piece of furniture receives $20 of shipping fee, but the consumer is very dissatisfied. What would you do if you had to accept the $20 in order to get the consumer to understand and accept what you were doing? Let's think about it in terms of the consumer. Does he really think it's unreasonable to charge $20? His resistance was simply a reaction to the sudden loss. What is called loss aversion. You found $100 on your way to work today, but just to be happy that $100 was swept away by the wind, so you picked up 100 pieces. And then you lost 100. Happiness and frustration are just the same. You seem to go back to the calm state before you found the money. But most of us don't feel very good at this time of day. There is no way to alleviate the pain of loss. Psychologists call this underlying psychological state of loss more sensitive to loss aversion. Even some scientists have come up with the idea that the negative effects of such losses are 2.5 times the positive effects of the same gain. This psychology of self-preservation from ancient times has produced many interesting phenomena in today's commercial society. As an example, there was an old man who had a communal green space on his doorstep, and he loved to enjoy the sunshine on this green space. But one day, a group of little kids came to play on the grass, and it was very loud. The old man wanted to drive the children away, but the grass was a public meadow, and the old man thought of a way. He spoke to the little children. Come and play tomorrow, and I'll give you $10 for each of you. The little boys were overjoyed and came back the next day. After a few days, the old man said to the children that I can't give you $10 more. Starting tomorrow, I can only give you $5 each. The little children were initially unhappy at first but accepted. A few days later, the old man said to the children, I may only give you $1 each. These little children are very angry and say $1 is too little. We will never come again. We'll think about why these kids are having fun at the beginning. But at the end of the day they can get $1. But at least they have more money than no money. And they don't come to play. That's because the old man gave the children $10. And the children enjoyed the happiness of $10. And then he took the $9 out of it, although there is still $1 left. The pain of taking away $9 is much more than the pleasure of getting $10. A lot of people say, "You old man is too bad." What he's using is the basic human condition of loss aversion. So, based on this loss aversion mentality, how do we adjust our business strategy? Go back to the original problem. You are the head of that furniture store. The delivery cost of $20 triggers consumers' loss. To avoid psychology, you can try a different approach. Like you can add the shipping cost directly to the price of the item. If the consumer decides to ship the furniture back, you can give him another $20. You find that these two statements are different, but the nature is the same. But because of this loss aversion, consumers are much more receptive to the second. And how can we optimize our business strategy with this loss aversion mentality? You are still that furniture market. The consumer is buying furniture here, but always worry is bad. How to do? Of course you can tell him it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But consumers are still worried because he is afraid of losses. You can try to say that our furniture has no reason to quit for 7 days. You will find that few people return the goods if they are not for the quality of the goods themselves. This is because once we actually have this item, we take it back. There is no way he can make up for the pain of the lost goods. So you don't really have a lot of unreasonable customers coming to you for unreasonable returns. Let's take another example. You are the one who sells furniture, and the consumer loves your furniture, but he couldn't make up his mind. The reason why the sofa is so large is that there is already a sofa in his house. I've lost the sofa in my family, but it's a waste of money, and that's a loss aversion. You can also try a different approach. You can roll out the sofa to change the new promotion policy. Bring the old sofa of your home to reach $800. You'll find that it's more tempting for the consumer than the $800 discount on the couch, because you helped it get around the loss. Okay. So let's wrap up a little bit of what's called loss aversion, which is a mental state that looks at the same amount of pain and is more severe than the same amount of pain. There are several ways we can optimize our business strategy. First, replace the discount method with a new method. Second, when the conditions are ripe, You might be tempted to try to make a bold offer without a reason. Once he really owns it, he's very afraid of loss. Well, we'll talk about it today. If you like my content, please follow my channel.